I use this app called Cloaked, and because it's Medicare enrollment time in the U.S., and if you're over 65 or over, the phone is ringing off the hook saying, hey, come join Billy Bob's Healthcare, and so and it cuts it all out, and they interrupt my phone call and they say, this is Greg. Please state who you are and your reason for calling. And I get it live.
Is
And
that an app is that
yeah,
a
it
paid
is an
app or
app.
a free app?
It is an app. You can pay or you don't have to pay. The apps initially started as an app that will go out to all the data brokers who sell your personal information. And you can go to data broker, Billy Bob's data brokering service, who sells your information, and say there's a form that says remove my information from your data service. That, and when you ask, they legally have to do that. So this app is a bot that goes through. You put in all your personal information, and then it goes through every day and combs all these people and sends them the delete request. And over
Do you think
time,
they abide by those requests?
they do. They do. I can guarantee you all that spam junk and everything. Those texts that you guys are talking about, they're gone. I've been using
Oh,
it
that's
since
good. I'll
April.
have to try it. Okay, there you
I
go.
mean,
There's
Kurt's
an
using
endorsement.
it.
That's
That might
it.
have to be
This
my
is
fourth
Greg
one
Baker.
because
Yeah, what's the name of that app?
Cloaked,
Float.
as in, you're
Yeah.
cloaked.
Yeah, I
that's
looked
very
into it. I
That's
posh.
looked into
close.
it when you mentioned it last week.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good, but it didn't. For some reason, it didn't capture my needs. I don't.
Right.
I believe
Every
that my needs are different than your needs, and
Yeah.
so your
Yeah.
mileage
Yeah.
may vary, is what they say.
I agree. I agree. And Apple actually built into iOS 20, whatever it is, 26. They have a setting in your phone settings saying if this person isn't in your contacts, automatically send them into voicemail, whatever. They have a setting there, but this
Yep.
app takes it a step further to where they actually have recording saying this is who, and they record what the people say.
I would love to get off of those. What you were just saying, get off of those lists. I
Yeah.
would like to not
Well,
It's
not
that's
have
there,
actually
any.
and it suited me so well. I tried it for a month on the free service, and then I went ahead and I paid for it. I don't know what it cost, but I mean, it was inexpensive enough, and it's done well for me. But as we always say, do your own research.
I guess
And
I'll
Yeah.
have to
So
check it
I'll
out
if
and
check it
you
see
out.
if you're
what it's
getting
all about because I have three of them right now. I'm running mine, Incogni, and OpFree,
mhm.
and it hasn't slowed anything down.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
one
this
thing
one
you have
seems
to
to
be
work.
careful when you're unsubscribing from emails, you can hit the unsubscribe button from a
Yeah,
reputable email provider, but
right.
do not unsubscribe from really obvious spam that's coming from somewhere else because all you're doing by hitting the unsubscribe
It's
button is
confirming.
confirming that the email address is good and there's a human on the other end.
Right.
Yeah. On email, I'm using a service called SaneBox now, and that's really it's a really an excellent service. I think it's $100 a year, but it really organizes your email really well, so that they have like a thing called black box, and so if you get an email from somebody, but you don't want to subscribe to them, you don't want to do that, you just drag it into the black box, and then it goes into the black box, and then you check it every once in a while. But as far as the phone numbers, the other day. I needed some tech support from Apple, right? And so they have a button on the machine where you can say, well, call me. And then I wasn't getting a call. And then I found out that Apple's phone number has been reported as spam and my service blocked it and it wouldn't
Uh,
even ring. I just got a text message saying that, hey, you missed a call from a blocked number. And
yeah.
that is not good. And
Now,
I
and,
haven't been
and
able to figure out how to unblock them.
it even gets worse. So if you're running your own mail server, there are websites and sites where you can,
Black hole sites, yeah.
yeah, where you can basically your mail server contacts an external server and said, "Have you ever seen spam emanating from this address?"
Yeah.
And it comes back with a weight and frequency and all of this stuff. So I had an issue where Outlook.com, which is essentially, mail coming from Microsoft people,
Mhm.
was never just getting black holed, and I couldn't figure it out. And I logged in, looked at my mail logs, and figured out after about 2 minutes of surfing the logs that they had been flagged
Yeah.
as a bad sender, which is just completely nuts because all of those things should be on your whitelist.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, you
you
also
know.
have to worry about, Chris, that somebody has spoofed your email and then they've been sending out emails on your behalf. And
Oh
that
yeah,
happened
well
to
I
me
have,
on one of
yeah,
mine.
I have checks for all that. There are a bunch of DNS SPF tools now that
Right.
make it really hard for people to spoof emails. It's not
Wait.
impossible,
Tell
but they've
tell
made
tell us
it
more
pretty
about that.
difficult.
Tell us more about that. Who makes it difficult for
Okay,
spoofers?
so wow, this is a
If you're running
fairly
your own mail server now,
well,
right?
that just anybody who's running a mail server. So there's something called an SPF record. So, boy, I'll try to make this as
You don't
simple as
have to. You don't
possible.
have to go deep in the weeds, but
So
just give us
when
the.
you type in,
I have a great email. I'm using a service called Dub, D-U-B-B, where I send out video emails to people now. It's really cool and I really love it. And they have a video that tells you how to go into it's basically everybody's got a host, so like Hoover or Hover or what's some of the other ones, Chris?
Well,
Your mail's like you got a web domain and there's a company that supports your web domain, whatever
oh,
that might be.
GoDaddy and
GoDaddy,
Emo
right?
and
And so
all these, yeah,
that's where the DNS records live.
yeah.
And so you go in there and this video explains to you how to set it up so that
Yeah.
nobody can spoof your email.
Okay. So
I'll send that out to you guys
But
individually.
yeah, but the simple explanation is that DNS takes IBM.com and translates it into an actual IP address. That's one of the principal functions of domain name resolution is taking a domain name and converting it to an IP address. So the domain name server, whoever, so for instance, if you got kennewman.com, you can put some extra records into your DNS server, and what those records basically tell the world is that kennewman.com email originates from the following IP addresses and no others. So that if I ever receive an email from kennewman.com, my mail server reaches out to your DNS and said, I'm getting a mail from kennewman.com at, I'm going to use an RFC 1918 address, 10.1.1.1. Is this really Ken's mail server? To which the thing will respond yes or no, essentially.
well,
And that's
so
how we know that the mail coming into my server from you is actually authentic because we went out and checked to see
okay,
what's
that
called
makes
this
total
SPF
sense. Yeah,
record
right.
to make
Total
sure
sense.
that
But
it's
so how do I
there.
find that IP address of my normal mail server? Because I mean, I have the IP address of my home. When I go,
Oh,
my
you
phone
can,
has
it
an IP
depends.
address
Are
that
you
changes.
using Mac or Windows?
Usually Mac.
Okay, so at a command prompt, you can just type dig space, then the name of your domain, and then followed by capital MX, and that'll tell you the IP address of the mail server for that domain.
So was anybody affected by the Amazon web server thing that went down the other day? It
Oh
was the
yeah, I
big,
heard about that. I don't
the
have anything on
first,
Amazon
it
Web,
was the
but yeah,
very
they
the first and largest Amazon data center
yeah,
in Nebraska or North Carolina. I don't know, one of the states starts with an N. Anyway, it
New
went up.
Jersey.
New Jersey,
No,
New
it
York,
wasn't
New
New Jersey.
Mexico.
North Dakota,
It was
Nevada.
one of them funky states.
It
Huh?
was one of
Okay,
those funny
yeah,
states. Anyway,
sure,
it was the
Fred.
first. It was the
Nebraska.
first one that Amazon had big, and it's the biggest one. And it did some sort of a burp at 3 a.m. the other morning.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
for 2
I
days,
couldn't.
and people.
I couldn't log into Duke Energy, our electric company.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, a lot of companies use
lot
their
of companies.
AWS, which is the main, which is really they're making a ton of money on this stuff. AWS is one of those where people use it for storage and the backbone.
Them and Microsoft are the two big dogs in that arena. So
Well, interesting.
Yeah.
so
Well, I can
mean,
tell
it
you.
took
Let
out
me announce
United
to the world.
Airlines.
I got a new email address. You're gonna love this address. I just Gmail. Everybody has a Gmail address. I have a bunch of Gmail addresses, but the one I usually don't use is my name. But I made a new one because I figure it's easy to remember. ManiloFOH at gmail.com. How do you like? That's pretty good, right? That's pretty.
Careful.
Well,
And
you just said it
broadcasting
on YouTube TV, man. So
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
So now it's everywhere. So that's great. So send me some emails at my new email address so I know that it works. And then I got a new domain, but I haven't set it up yet. And domain is mystreetaddress.com. So I'm not going to tell you that. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
but
But why do you need so
ManiloFOH
many
at Gmail, that's
domains
pretty good.
and so many email addresses? That's what I want. Don't you get confused after a while?
Yeah, it's very confusing.
I
It's a
have
good
I
confusing
probably
though. It's a good
have
confusing.
70 or 80 domains. I don't know how many
Now,
frickin'
okay, so
email
then you
addresses
must have
I have.
a hot line on registration for cheap.
I was just
use
thinking the same thing. It's cost me about 15, 16 bucks per domain.
they screw you, but it depends what your domain is being used for. If you're getting a lot of name service queries to your domain, then you really do need a good domain name service. And let me just see. I was on
Well, so I
Enome,
pay
and
about $10 or
then
$11 a year for each
Yeah.
of my domain names.
Did you get one from me just now? I sent you one.
I don't know. I haven't even set it up on my devices.
No, that's it. It just
Oh,
came
there
back.
you go, man. Now it's in
It just
cyberspace.
so
It just
I
bounced
predict
back. Maybe I
Maybe you
spelled it
next
wrong.
week.
Yeah,
How do
maybe
you
so.
spell it?
MANILOWFOH at gmail.com.
Hey,
I
you should
predict
sing
next
it. You
week-
should sing it. That way we'll remember it.
I spelled it wrong. Stand by.
It's pretty funny. Well, good for you.
Ken is going to be
Hey.
on next week saying, "How do I get off all these? My
Cloak,
new
baby,
email
cloak.
address
Get
is
the
full of
cloak.
Spam.
I'll get cloaked.
Get the
yeah.
cloak.
But I mean, I rarely use Gmail. I just have it for a couple things. But it's pretty funny. I just thought, that's an easy way to get in touch with me.
Yep.
I live on Gmail, actually. I think Gmail is actually the best. I know I'm giving them all my information, but it doesn't seem like it's really affecting me much. But have you heard about the new ChatGPT browser?
Yeah.
Yep.
Only for Apple though, right now.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Apple is bigger and bigger and bigger now, as far as a lot of people are using it, the Apple system. Also, the other thing that I've been playing with, are you familiar with Sora 2? Sora 2? It
Yeah, we
is
talked about that
scary shit. Scary shit. I will show you something here if I can find it.
It's
where is
all
it?
over. It's all over Facebook and Reels. It's called Slop AI, or AI Slop. Where they have.
There you
people
go,
going
ladies and
over-
gentlemen. Look at this. This is I don't know if you can see it. I'm just showing you on my phone. That's me running around the bases. And all I did was
It's great.
type in,
It's great. Did you
Jan
make
Landy hitting a home run.
Did you make a cameo of you?
Well, here, I'll show you to you again. It runs on a loop.
Because the cameo, I mean the app that I was looking at was Sora. What's it called? Sora.
Yeah.
Sora 2.
Sora 2. I don't know about 2, but Sora. You had to. I mean, if you wanted to use somebody's face, you made a cameo of that face.
Right.
Yeah. Well, now they're just trying here. Watch. You can see it. If you don't talk,
That's
you there it is.
crazy.
That was me.
And
It's
that's great.
amazing. It's
Well,
very, very cool.
we probably all saw the one that the president of the United States made. I
Yeah.
wonder
Yes,
how
and
that
we're
was
not
made.
going to talk about that. I'm going to really stop you right there because this is a non-political show, just non-political.
But the AI, Jan, the AI was incredible, right?
Oh,
Absolutely. Well,
these
I don't
guys
know if
are
it was
able to.
incredible, but like I said, it's like I want to stay away from politics here because
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
look,
That's good.
I want to
They're,
say something first of all, which I haven't said yet today. Welcome to Thinking Out Loud with Friends. This is our 282nd consecutive meeting. Remember, everything you hear today is an opinion, so do your own research, and remember to give us the thumbs up. And subscribe and share it with your friends. So that's what I want to say. And anyway, back to the show.
So,
I have to leave in a couple minutes, but thank you for that.
So before you leave, and we're talking about AI. Have you read about what's going on right now with the AI, where people are putting homeless men in people's houses, and the police are getting called? Have you heard about this?
no,
it's only just going to go further south, man.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
it's
frightening.
AI slop. The one thing that's positive about that, though, is SAG-AFTRA and OpenAI and all the other major AI people signed a memorandum. So, like artists now have control of their image, their likeness, etc. It was all spurred on by well, there were several videos of very famous people, and so now they've signed an agreement, and the and Chat GPT and or Open API, Open AI, all those other ones are now going to have a way. So saying I'm famous person A, I can go in and say, okay, only these 10 people can generate images, my likeness. And so they're at least attempting to put some controls on it. Whether it
You
will
Oh,
know,
work
I
or
think
not,
so
I
who
think
knows?
that cat is out of the bag. The
Well,
horse has left the barn. Whatever
so
the
so
the ball's
so
in the stadium.
my grandson was showing me the other day that in school, not grandson, granddaughter, she was showing me that in school they're allowed to use ChatGPT for their essays. So she was writing an essay about a book. I forget which book, but anyway, she was writing the essay about the book, and she had to make sure that it wasn't full of AI generated text. And so she had a way to enter it into the AI, tester or something. And then it said it's 100% AI generated, and it was not. She wrote it, but in the school they're letting them use it as long as it's a minimal amount, like 20% AI is the most, or something like that. You know what I mean? And
I
it's
was
like
just
I was
talking to
like,
a friend of mine.
how how
He's
do they
got
know?
kids. He's got kids up in school and outside of Silicon Valley, and they just like hand him a tablet and say, "Here, you know, your lessons on this tablet." There's like no more teaching anymore. It's just all devices. They have a device for
Oh yeah.
mathematics. They've got a device that, or something that
well,
teaches English and history, and it's like the teachers are just there coordinating, handing devices off to the
Yeah,
kids.
they're
Yeah.
managing. They're managing. That's all they're doing instead of
I'm
teaching.
very curious. I'm very curious to know if let's go around the room here. What AIs are you guys using? I'll start off. I'm using Perplexity, which basically is an aggregate of all of them. I'm using ChatGPT. I'm using Apple Intelligence. What are you guys using? Let's start with Chris. What are you using?
Well, I have Grok in my Tesla by holding the microphone down button, which is kind of neat. And I just basically use Google/AI mode or Grok. I'm not paying for any services. If I were to pay, I think I'd probably go with the Grok offering for $30 a month.
Well, if you have a Venmo account, you can get free Perplexity.
I
Also
don't have
PayPal
Venmo. I don't do Venmo, baby. No Venmo,
or PayPal. You can get a free account. And if you have Zoom, you get a free, if you pay for Zoom, you get a free Perplexity account as well. Fred, what are
Perplexity
you
is the only
using?
one I use.
Nothing.
All
I
right,
don't use any of
all right,
them.
Greg, what were you using?
I use Perplexity, but I can find it just as the stuff I'm looking for. I could find just as easy with Google or name your search engine.
Well, Google now has integrated their Gemini into their
Right.
search engine for sure. Fred, what
Uh,
about you? What are you using? Use anything special?
Nope.
Kenny?
What's the Microsoft one? I mean, I rarely, if ever, have used some
Copilot.
sort of AI. Yeah, Copilot. But so Will, my coworker, was showing me that he uses Copilot a lot. So I said, all right, I'll try that. It's crazy. It's crazy the shit you can do.
yeah.
Copilot is very amazing. I really like what you can create almost anything. John, what about you? What are you using?
Well, obviously, Zoom AI is my go-to in terms of the Zoom workspace. But I use ChatGTP and I have a personal account, but the California State University system has made ChatGTP 5.0 available to all faculty and staff included in that. I use Grok, and then I use the primary reference for all materials that I take for fact. I ask my wife, Bobby. She tells me everything.
Good
Happy
answer. Good
wife.
answer.
Happy
Happy
life.
wife, happy life.
Wayne, what about you down in Australia? What are you using? Do they have
Well,
they have
I don't think.
computers there, right?
Yeah, we do. I'm not particularly great at them, but I get my head around them. I think I'm just using the one that comes up on Google. I turn off the Gemini one, but ChatGPT, I haven't used that. But the Google one just comes up when you do the search engine. The AI comes up and what's that called? Is that got a particular name? Just the auto one? When you do.
It's called Gemini. If you're using Google,
No, I stop. I don't use the Gemini. It just comes up, when you do a search, and then it'll just give you an AI
Yeah, that's a
answer.
Summary.
Gemini
Yeah.
summary in AI.
Oh, is it rightio? Yeah, rightio. So
Yeah.
I'm using Gemini.
Yeah,
Hey,
so I
listen,
guess that's
Kenny,
what I'm doing too, because I use Google search and it comes up with those things at the top every once in a while.
yeah, more and more people now are using AI, and rather than, what they're doing is they're describing what they're looking for in more general terms, and then the AI is bringing back the research. In the old days, like if you were looking for gear, you would say, well, I'm looking for, let's just say, a Yamaha D7. But now you would be saying, well, I need a console that does this, that, and then it goes out and does the search for you and then makes recommendations for you.
I've put in free DM7 compact a couple of times, but it doesn't come up with an answer.
Oh man.
Well, keep looking, you might find one. Hey, listen, just because I know Kenny's leaving, and I just want to say one thing about this, and that is RIP Ace Frehley. A few people have passed away this week. But Ace Frehley, unfortunately, I actually had a little bit of experience.
What happened?
I don't know. Jan
He,
disappeared. Oh,
he,
His voice disappeared when he went to go share.
oh, well, there you go.
I think he's back.
I don't know what happened. Let me try it again. Let's see. Why is it not sharing?
Is that a picture with Ace and Epstein in prison? What?
that's Peter.
No, there it is. That's Peter, and that
okay.
was taken in Brazil. So there you go.
Wait, I don't see it yet. Did you see it?
It only flashed there for a second and then it went away, Jan.
Yeah, share it again.
Well, because you
Your
said
audio-
that I disappeared, so that's where it is. But basically, anyway, it only needed to be there for a second.
Anyway, that is sad that he's
May he rest in
gone.
peace.
He was only
Yeah.
70 something, and he, it's that thing when you're older and you fall and you like Rick Southern. Remember Rick Southern,
Yeah.
Jan? So
Yeah.
Rick Southern's wife was sick for many years, but when she fell, that took her out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it seems
that's
that as you get older, you got to be very careful when you fall.
exactly. It happened to
Because
a friend of
usually,
mine's
I
mother also.
fall and I can't get up. That's about
No
it.
Exactly.
kidding.
But that's not a joke when you get to be 80 or 90 years old.
Right.
It's like a serious thing. So, anyway, on that note, I better get going. But thanks for everything, you guys. Thanks for that, Christopher. I appreciate it. And I'll see you maybe next week. Maybe not.
Well, hopefully,
Have a
and
great
tell us
week,
about
Ken.
AES. I want to hear about
Uh,
AES.
And I'm
he's
going to
going.
sign off too, but I want to thank you guys. I feel like I know you because I tune in every Wednesday, but I try to not be on the air too much because there's enough Iddlesons with my daughter be a venture capitalist, and my son at Zoom. I try not to get my name showing up in Google searches, but it's always fun to hear what you guys are chatting about.
Well,
Have a
you
great
look good,
week.
buddy. You look good, and I want to thank you for showing up and keeping us abreast of what's going on with you.
I will come up a little more often than now that I've got my weird setup back here. I look
Oh,
really,
okay.
Plus, you sound.
One last thing: are you doing office hours at all anymore?
same thing. I'll do it on the days it doesn't get put on broadcast. I'll do it on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
And I'm still on the board, but I'm no longer treasurer of the Office Hours Global. And it
Oh.
seems to be moving along well. It's still a crazy group of tech geeks who spend a lot of money at B&H, I think is the common theme there. But
Yeah. Well, that's
anyway,
very good.
take care all.
All right. Bye
Have a
now.
great week.
Wow.
Anyway, what else is on the agenda?
David.
What else could we talk about?
You guys hear me?
Anybody,
Yeah,
Anybody
we can hear you,
use-
Dave. Yeah.
anybody use Audacity?
The
Audacity?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sound editing program.
I use
I
that.
use it all the time. Every week we edit. That's how I edit the audio on the show.
So are you using the newer version? I came across a YouTube video yesterday that's talking about the new version of Audacity and how it's going to come out in 26, I guess, but it's going to look more like a DAW rather than what it currently is. It looks pretty interesting.
Well, I use it. It's totally free. It's shareware, and basically, it's really, 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 really good. It's very simple. What I do with the show is I download the audio, then I compress it, and then after I compress, somebody's mic is on, and I think
That's
it
Kurt.
is.
Kurt James.
I got to mute him. So basically, yeah. So I use it. I download the show, the audio, and then what I do is I compress it a little bit, and then I normalize the loudness, and then I export it in stereo, and then in MP3 format, and then I put it up on all of the podcasts. So that's what we do. So yeah, Audacity is great. Absolutely great.
If you happen to look up the video for it, like I said, I just stumbled across it yesterday. The new versions looks pretty cool, and it's going to do automatic software updates and things. The old Audacity was kind of clunky because you had to go to different websites to download all the plugins to get it to do things. But apparently, the new one will be an all-in-one solution.
Well, if you're using it to mix music, then yeah, you got to get those plugins. But because I am not using it to mix music, I don't need them.
Well, you need it to convert it to MP3s if you're doing any of that.
Hey, well, I'm not really sure if that's really Kurt or it's the AI version of Kurt. It could be the AI version.
Kurt's definitely in a loud place though, because every time he opens his mic, we get blasted.
It's not loud now. They're quiet here.
There's a lot of people.
How do we know this is the real you and not the Sora version of you? That's what I want to know.
Because I have this and he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that. Actually, you're kidding yourself. We can copy that. What are you doing?
A big thing called the Icons event. at Mopop.
Oh,
And it's a big, Hendrix is one of the icons. So I've got, who do I got? I got Mike McCready. I got Dweezil Zappa. I got Samantha Fish. I got Robert Randolph. I got Kenny Wayne Shepherd. And a few other people you probably haven't heard of.
are you
And they're all
mixing
playing
any
there
of them?
live?
Yeah, this is rehearsals and sound checks today, and then a few more tomorrow, and then the show's tomorrow night. So I've got number 38 out here with about a quarter of the screens that Scoville has, and a nice outboard rack with a new lexicon.
Oh, you
And,
got your Larkin.
Yeah, this is the 300. I've got a 960 that Raul is using to mix the Latin Grammys right now, but I'll get it. He picked it up for me, so I let him use it to mix the Grammys.
You know, I got to say, it looks impressive. It looks really impressive. You know, the racks look
Sounds
so
even
impressive.
better, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
So what does that thing do, Kurt?
Yes.
Guess that.
The reverb.
This is the controller for this 300L lexicon. And so
Reverb.
you have all of your parameters. You can page through them, and these sliders adjust pre-delay and shape and room size and stuff like that.
Yeah. They call that the Lark, right? The Lark, if
Yeah,
I
it's a
remember
Lark.
correctly.
Yep.
Yep.
The Lark.
Yeah, there's one up on Reverb right now. I think they're 480s.
Yeah.
A pair of them in a nice little road case. But, it's like 14 grand though.
Yeah, well, my 960 I haven't seen it yet. Raul's the first one to use it. It was never opened until Raul opened it.
Oh wow.
That's
one-
amazing. Hey,
What other
It
toys you got in there in the rack there, Kurt?
Well, let's see. There's 10 channels of BSS comps, then 10 channels of Drummer Gates, and then there's another 6 channels of DBX comps, and then another 10 channels of DBX comps with one Aphex because I had a DBX that went bad. And then over here we've got a Meyer CP10 and 2 901s and a Drummer 1960, and these are all on the mix bus. And then I've got a Bricasti M7, a TCM 5000, a 2290, and then the Lexicon, and then this old mini drive I use just to delay my Q speaker, so I don't have to wear headphones. And then this is a 4-channel BSS and stereo link. This is a drum compression, parallel compression group, and this is the keyboards.
well, I could see you keep it in pristine condition. So one day, I'm sure that's going to be in the Smithsonian, museum. That's it.
Yeah, and the old sound guy display.
That all looks very good. It looks in great nick.
Go down the steps and go around.
Yeah, we take care of it. We've got a bunch of racks that are like this. This is the flagship of them, but we got a whole bunch of them. And then I've got a laptop doing smart, and then another laptop doing a multi-track recording, and also all of the Compass system management stuff is done here.
So do you have analog to digital converters somewhere in the chain to do the recordings? Kurt?
I have an Evo interface right here, and that's taking the analog in and getting it into the studio one.
Audio. Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
And then to the right of that, he has snacks. They're analog snacks as well, I noticed.
Just got a pizza delivery.
You got the
Analog snacks.
You got the Aphex stuff working, or was it the rack you're having trouble with?
Yeah, I've had this DBX rack, and this DBX comp wasn't working. So just for laughs, I grabbed one of the Aphex expressors and put it in there. It fired right up. So I think
that problem you're having is maybe with your rack then.
I think it's with the power supplies that I got with all the Aphex stuff. I think that they're the wrong power supplies because they have a plus minus 15, which I think runs in the lights and the displays and stuff. But there is no plus minus 24 on the output of the power supply that I got with them. So I don't think the power supplies I have will make the Aphex units work. but it worked fine. I dropped it right into the DBX slot and it fired right up. So
That makes
I don't
Say
have
sense.
it,
900 series DBXs? Is that
Yeah.
the racks?
yeah, I don't have it solved, but I'm on my way.
Wow, I could see Wayne drooling on the video. You could see him drooling, man. I can't believe it.
Well, they're great
and then
toys. Very
these are my-
expensive toys.
These are my plugins, Wayne.
Yes, real plugins.
Those are my plugins.
I see Wayne's listening to you, and it sounds to him like you're talking erotica right now. He loves it. He loves it. I can see it.
It's all good stuff. Yeah. Well, you don't see it anymore, do you?
That's front of house porn.
It's very good.
I got
You know,
5 of
you
them, Wayne.
could-
I'll send you one. You can play with it.
Oh, yeah.
Boy,
Man, would he love
all you
that?
have to do is pay shipping.
Yeah, exactly. You pay the shipping.
That would be rather expensive on a console that
Yeah.
size or toys that size.
300 pounds from Seattle to where
Wagga
we
Wagga?
to Sydney. You probably have to pick it up.
Yeah, pick it up. You got to get them out of the. You got to get them out of the dock. You got to get a broker to get things out of the dock in Sydney.
So
Yeah.
Yes,
Crystal
that's
like
true.
this. So then we're doing 6 melodies aside,
Ah,
and then here's the 900s in a cardioid 3-high array, and then X40 infills, and then 14 Meyer MJF 210 wedges.
wow.
Wow.
Man.
And Monitor
You
World.
got to
is,
give Kurt a lot of credit, man. Everything he has looks like
Brand new.
pristine and brand new. And even though this stuff, well, of course, the speakers are not that old, but his rack is amazing looking.
Turn your phone the other way. It was much better when we could see the whole thing.
Landscape, you mean?
Isn't
Yeah.
Oh, this way?
Yeah. The other way. Yeah, side. There you go. Now it fills the screen. You can
And
see
then
it.
this is our monitor rig.
You got a Midas.
HD96
Wow.
and the DL431s. And
All right,
then
Wayne, keep your hands where we could see them now. That's it.
and,
Keep your hands where we could see them.
the ULXDs and the PSM 1000s.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the room.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, great, man. I love it.
Very impressive.
So that's
So
what
do
I'm
you-
doing.
All your wedges have got road cases, obviously. Otherwise, they wouldn't look in that sort of condition. Is that?
Yeah, they ride in I think they took them away. They ride in a double, two per case with the screens facing away from each other. So they can't scratch the screens. They're all
Yeah,
foam
those are-
lined.
That's a nice looking room, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And
it
you never
sounds-
take it to a BNS. Do you have BNSs in the States?
BNS.
Bachelor and spinster balls out in the farmlands.
Nah.
No idea.
No,
You should Google them up in Australia.
we
I
don't
got
have
the-
kangaroos either, by the way. Just an FYI. No kangaroos here.
Okay.
They're in the zoos.
Really? Anyway, yeah. I mean, it's that is impressive rig, and that's why
Very good.
he's won the hometown award for the Pernellis. How many years in a row?
Northwest, right?
Parnelli Northwest. Yeah, it's our second year. Here's something that I'm
very
probably
good.
not supposed to bring a camera near, but I'm going to do it anyway.
So did that thing go off already? Did you win?
I won the Northwest.
Nice.
I haven't done so. Here is the console from Electric Ladyland.
What?
This is the Hendrix's console from Electric Ladyland.
Wow.
Wow.
Our friend Shimon built that from scratch.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a one of a kind.
Asshole.
Show it again. Show it again.
I am.
They built
He
the
is
front.
showing it. You got to pin him
Play
up.
it again, Sam.
gotta
Okay, let me just. What I got to
Pin him
do
up so
though.
that everybody can see him.
Yeah, let me pin it up. Let me pin you.
Wow.
Okay, there you go. Now we can talk over him. Wow.
Yeah, so that's the console at Electric Ladyland Studio A.
Wow.
And nobody can figure out what these red, green, yellow, and blue things do.
We can find
Well,
out.
we can get Shimon on the phone and he could tell us.
We know the guy who built it.
Well, they're buttons, but nobody knows what they do. They seem to be color coded to work with the patch bay, but
Put him back on the screen. Let me get a picture of it.
It is on the screen.
Oh, stop. It was
No,
on.
you didn't pin it up. It's only when he speaks do
I
we
got
see it.
Oh, I got it.
No, it's pinned up.
It's not on my monitor, my second monitor. I'm seeing myself as I'm talking.
Where is it?
It's there.
Where?
I'm saying it.
Maybe on YouTube.
What are we supposed to be looking at? I'm looking at.
Can you see the console? When I talk, can you see the console?
Yeah, when you
Maybe I'm
talk.
not pinning it for everybody. Maybe everybody's
No.
got to pin it themselves.
Anyway, I'll just keep talking. So that's those red, green, yellow, and
I
blue
got it.
buttons.
Alone.
We don't. Nobody.
Oh,
No one has been able to figure out what they do.
All right. Let's do this. I'm going to mute everybody except for you, Kurt, and then you can do it.
Okay. So there. Buttons.
Okay, Kurt, you're unmuted. Everybody else is muted.
The 4 color-coded buttons, red, green, yellow, and blue, seem to correlate with color coding that's in the quarter-inch patch bay at the top of the desk, but nobody has been able to really definitively figure out what they do. So who knows? But this side of the console has the cue system, it's got effects sends, it's got the multi-track, the 2 tracks, the 4-track, and the 8-track, start and stop controls. That's all built into the desk. And then the desk itself has the fader modules and then 3-band graphic, basically, fixed filters that you can select between, 3
Tilt your camera up a little bit, just a little
it's
bit.
like 6 different filters you can engage. You pick which 6 you want. And then it's got pan and, all that stuff. And then there's the 8-track assign, 1 through 6, and then S and D, and I don't know what the S and D mean, and neither does anybody else. And then there's kind of a master center section there that I think has to do with that's COM, I believe, to talk back into the studio, the red panel.
Is it possible those buttons are talkbacks to different buses?
Well, there's 36 of them. I can't imagine you'd need 36 times 4. No, it's something else. It's got to be some kind of a routing thing or something to do with inserts, or I think it might be an on-off or something, or a normal, not normal. Nobody knows.
Well, David will get the guy on who built it and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know.
Now, where is this located?
Right at the Seattle Center, right by the Space Needle.
And it's glassed in so nobody can touch it?
Oh, yeah, that console is, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not in service right now, correct?
Oh, no. It's just something to look at.
Very, very cool. That looks good.
They brought it in as a prop, I believe, because I think it lives in.
No, it's Paul Allen's estate owns it. It's been here since the place opened.
Oh, okay.
So they did a 50-year documentary on Electric Lady, and they interviewed everybody who was still around to talk about it, including Shimon, and old videos of what it used to look like. And so you can take a look at that console in place on this video because it's around.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
Yeah, Shimon looks really young. He was 20-something years old back then. There's a great story on how they built that console. It was originally a nightclub that Jimi Hendrix bought, and they were going to turn it into a nightclub. And then there's names that pop up. Michael Jeffries, I think it was, who was his manager, says, "Why don't you turn this into?" Or John Stork, the architect, said, "Turn this into your own recording studio." And then no artist had ever had their own studio then. Hendrix had the first one. So they turned it into that, and they were getting money for it. And Jimmy would say, "I got to go back out and work and make some more money." And he'd come back and they'd pay some more bills, and he'd go out and work and pay some more bills. And somebody was building the console for Shimon, for the studio, and they went out of business. And somebody called up and said, "You guys better come pick up this console because they're going to come claim everything in the wherever it is, the loft, wherever it is." So they went and got the console and they brought it back into the studio. And it turns out they had been showing it with the lights on it, all the lights lighting up and everything. It turns out there was nothing underneath. All they did was have a panel that was punched, engraved, and all the lights were put in, and they were faking it. And so Shimon now had to build a console out of what they got. And he had this guy, Ted Rothstein, who's brilliant. He he simultaneously invented parametric equalizers with George Massenburg. At the same time, totally independent of each other. That's how smart Ted is, by the way. He was building power supplies for the military that had to be, rock solid. Anyway, point is, they built that console under duress in there, underneath, working on the whole thing. And I think that's all in the video. Boy, this is a delay for me. I'm waving my hand right now. Look how long that took. 3-4 seconds.
So here's another interesting thing that probably only us in the room would care about, but this LARC and the 2290 and the Lexicon, Kenny Newman hooked me up with the source for those, and they used to be Barry Manilow's in his rig.
Very
Well,
cool.
there you go. That's some trivia that we'll never need for anything, but it's okay.
No, that's great though.
If you listen close, you can still hear the reverb from Copacabana.
Yeah.
So I got a question. Are there as many buttons as there are faders? Those buttons over there that we're talking about?
On the ATI or on the Hendrix thing?
Yes.
Well, there's as many rows of buttons as there are faders, but there's 4 buttons for every channel.
I was just thinking, I was wondering if maybe that was some sort of a 4-track output, and you would assign. It was like a kind of like a mix minus kind of a thing where you would assign.
It could be a matrix.
A matrix. That's what I mean. It could be like a 4-track assigner for certain faders.
That's pretty plausible. You might be able to select, send all the drums to one, send the strings to another, if it's a 4-track or something, So yes, that's entirely possible that it's some kind of a push button matrix where whichever one you push down, anything that's on that grouping, like a subgroup basically, will go to that track.
That'd be cool if that's actually what it is.
Entirely possible.
Hey, David, why don't you try to call Shimon on the phone and see if you can get him, see if he's interested in joining us, or asking him if he remembers it. I mean, Shimon now is, how old is Shimon now?
He's muted.
He's 81. But I was just emailing him, but you're right. I'll call him and see if I can get him.
Yeah, see if you can get him. We all know Shimon. He's part of our group. Hasn't been on in a while, but anyway. But that is really cool. That is really cool. A Hendrix console. Unbelievable. And we know the guy that built it. Unbelievable.
It's a small world.
I'm going to mute this so I can listen to the phone.
Yeah, well, don't put him on the spot like that. I'm going to mute you.
Is not available. At the tone, please.
Well, hey, see, he's using Cloak, Greg.
That's what he's talking about.
It works.
Yeah, there you go, cutting you out.
All right.
So when you use Cloak, by the way, just an FYI, do you give it connects your phone number? How does it? So in other words, instead of your phone is forwarded to Cloak, or how does that work?
Yeah, they iOS 26, and there's something for Android as well that allows for an interstitial answer. So it can be your phone provider. It can be because I believe one phone provider, you can pay extra for that, or what this does is it as part of the setup, it automatically when the phone call comes in, the operating system does the match against your contact list and identifies it as somebody that you don't know, and then the operating system at that point has a hook to where you can go ahead and have a provider or somebody acting like a provider go ahead and grab that call and go ahead and put their answer. And then what they do is, if it's somebody who says the right thing, or if you're looking at the live text, you could say, I accept this call. They will forward it back to me within the app, and then my phone will start ringing as if it's a verified caller on my contact list. You
Right,
do
I hear
have.
you.
So whatever you just did, you pinned him up now, Jan.
Yeah, I spotlighted him instead of pinning him.
Okay.
That is a beautiful console, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm good with it. It might be in the wrong input.
Unbelievable. And it was a great men's room sign, I will tell you. Excellent men's room sign.
And the women's was on the other side when he was showing us the lexicon.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of toilets there.
Yep,
That's
there.
a good sign.
Yeah.
Well, Ken Porter just joined us. And there he is. He's got a knife, everybody. He's got a knife. Be aware.
It's cooking.
Well, that's good. Cooking with Ken. That's it.
I've got some guests coming in tomorrow, and I'm meal prepping.
Maybe Ken and
Yeah,
I
what are
should
you
host-
making?
A chicken, broccoli, dill, casserole or pie.
I think Ken and Kurt should get together and have a
I
cook.
was saying we should host our own Sound Guy cooking podcast webcast.
So can we get the guy Joe Salami and Sound to join us?
You got it.
Yeah, I haven't seen much food posting from you lately, Kurt.
I've been pretty busy.
That's
I
good.
seem to have a lot of Tuesdays off, so there's a lot of tacos going on. I'm gonna have to run. I got artists walking in the door, so I'm gonna have to go and.
All right, buddy. Have a good show,
this
and thanks for sharing.
Good show.
Have a great week. Thank
See
you.
ya.
See ya. That was
So,
very
what else is
entertaining.
going on? I got so many notes of things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't feel like talking about any of it. Oh, I know. I know this with this heavy metal business, with the rare earth metals, the price. One of them, what I found out, and I didn't know this, is that magnets are man-made. I did not know that. I thought magnets just came out of the ground, and that was that. Then they just formed them, but they're actually man-made. And the magnets that we use in our industry, the neodymium, is the all of the metals, the rare metals, is the dirtiest of them all. It is and the price has gone from 300 kilograms, which is a 500% increase. It's expensive now. How is that affecting our industry? Ken, you're the one who's buying more speakers than anybody else. Are you seeing the pricing going up?
We just signed an agreement with Australia. Thank you, Wayne. The United States for Australia to start providing rare earths to the United States.
Yeah, that should be pretty good. But the fact of the matter is magnets.
Oh, I mean, prices are going to go up, and just so you understand, so neodymium and anything that's ferrous metal, I hate to use this word, has something called a domain in it, but it has nothing to do with computer domains. And essentially, the easier that the domains line up, the more magnetic that particular element is. And I think I was talking last week. Yeah, at Meyer, they have the magnets for the 2100s, and they're all formed, but they have no magnetic properties at all. And the guy took like a wrench and threw it next to the magnet, and the wrench just flew by and landed on the floor. Then he takes that magnet and puts it into a machine, and it goes a whole bunch of electricity in there, DC, to line up all of the domains in that magnet, and then he pops it back out. And it only took, gosh, like less than 15 seconds to magnetize the 2100's magnet. And then he took the same wrench and threw it next to the magnet, and it just pulled it out of the air and slammed onto the wrench. And the guy could, grab the wrench, and the entire magnet just came up with it. It is amazing how powerful these neodymium magnets can get.
Well,
And
who
it's
needs
super heavy.
Wikipedia when we have Chris in the room? That's all I could say.
Oh, they're used in all sorts of applications, medical, audio. I mean, you name
Well,
it.
MRI machines, I hear they're working on, I think some scientists, excuse me, some scientists have won the Nobel Prize for physics and in regards to their ability to, something to do with MRI, magnetic research.
The Earth is magnetic, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is, because the North Pole and the South Pole. So that if you take an iron cannon from a ship, because remember I went on a treasure hunting expedition once, and you throw an iron cannon onto the seafloor, eventually the domains inside that ferrous piece of metal will start to align with the North and South Pole of the Earth. And then you drop down what's called a magnetometer, and a magnetometer can pick up this very low magnetic field, but it is concentrated because of this ferrous piece of metal. So that's how magnetometers work. They can actually sniff the domains that have been lined up north south for 300 years on a piece of ferrous metal sitting at the bottom of the ocean. It is not an active metal detector, which like sends out a magnetic field and then wait and needs an energy source, in order to try to find ferrous metal or other kinds of metal. Magnetometers actually, are just highly sensitive instruments that can pick up concentrations of magnetic fields.
Gonna change the
And Wayne,
subject for
you're
a second.
right. The Earth is magnetized. Otherwise, we would be thrown off. It's the magnets that hold our feet to the
No.
ground.
I don't
No.
know about that one.
No,
I don't know
gravity
about
is
that, Jim.
Dan.
gravity is not magnetic. Hate to tell you.
It's the
Do
glue.
your own research.
Yeah, do your own research. Yeah.
Yeah.
To change the subject for a second, Jan, did you see the comet last night?
No.
Last
What
night
comet?
there was a terrestrial event. Unfortunately, it was cloudy here. I missed it. But the comet that went by won't be back for 15,000 years.
No, I'll wait around for it to come back. I'll be here.
You won't be here. So it was a one
Now
and
the
up.
big thing is that A3 Atlas, AI Atlas, 3i Atlas. You guys know what that is? Oh my God. There's this huge interstellar object barreling through our solar system right now. It should be here any minute now.
Any
And
minute?
any minute. I mean, the end of October, it's supposed to pass by our sun or something along those lines. Do your own research. I mean, somebody can Google that right now. I can't. But if you Google it right now, 3i Atlas is what it's called. And the reason it's called 3 is because it's the third interstellar third interstellar object that's come through our solar system. And it's barreling. It's like, I don't know, it's like 180,000 miles per hour. It's very, very fast. Nobody
it's
knows
not
about this?
Is it a Halloween pumpkin?
No. It's huge. It's the size of Manhattan.
Isn't
It's
this,
big.
I remember seeing something about it. Yeah.
isn't this passing closer to the Earth than the Moon? Is that the one?
No. It's going to be 150,000 miles from here.
The comet that went by last night was supposed to be closer than the moon.
The Moon is 200,000 miles from here.
Well, the big thing that people forget is it's actually possible to land on the sun. You just have to go at night.
That's right. That's right. You know,
Okay, on that note,
or you have to go around so you get on the dark side of the sun. That's it. You know, that's it. One of the two. But they also said down we have
October
another
30th, Jan.
moon. There's a second moon coming, you know, to our world, but it's small. You know, it's like Stonehenge from Spinal Tap, very small.
October 30th, it says here, and it's going to be just inside of the orbit of Mars, away from the Earth.
Yeah, and then it's gonna pass through the sun. But they're saying it's different than any other comet that they've ever seen, because it seems the tail is in front, not behind.
Always
Boy, I could go somewhere with that, but I won't.
yeah,
And they think it's hollow. They think it's hollow as well, which is kind of interesting.
the tail of a comet always faces away from the sun.
yeah.
That's what it does.
Right, but in this case, it's the opposite.
Well, it can't face towards the sun.
It is.
Well, okay. Let's all do our own research and come back next week about it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll see if I can get Neil deGrasse Tyson come on, you know, talk about it.
There you go.
I like that guy so much, man. He seems so knowledgeable, and he explains it in such a layman's term. It's just, I just think he's phenomenal. There's another guy. What's his name? Cox, Brian Cox. Is that his name?
Well, there's
Yeah,
that guy,
he's really good.
Kaku,
That's
and
good
there are
call.
a couple of these guys.
Yeah, and the guy that discovered it is at Columbia or Harvard or one of those schools. And he's like the leader in astrophysics. Anyway, it's a lot of things going around as we spin around this planet. It's hard to believe how fast we're moving, and yet it seems like we're standing still. Go figure.
It's all
All
very
right, what else
interesting,
have we
that,
got?
Jan.
I have to go, y'all. I told told my relative I'd call her back in an hour, and it is an hour and 3 minutes since she called. So,
Well, listen, we're going off the air. So is there anything you want to say to the people, Greg? Because you have the ability right now to share what your story is at this very moment with 2 or 3 other people.
yeah. No, just keep on gigging. I'll see y'all later.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna do the same, pop out. So see you guys hopefully
All
next
right.
week.
Anybody have anything they want to say to the public?
Have a
Well,
great
thanks
week.
for watching, everybody. Wayne,
Just going to say, have a great week, all. That's
have a
good
great
thing.
week, everybody. Remember, you make it happen. Hey, 282 next week, 283 consecutive meetings, and we will be back with all our, our BSing. That's it, So remember to tell your friends if you want a good laugh. Hey, it's time to get away from it all with the friends of SoundBroker. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Remember, do your own research, because everything you heard was an opinion, and we will be back again. So remember,